Hi everybody, Karen Rao Carter here. It's time for Feng Shui Story Time. This is where hopefully you can pick up some Feng Shui tips for your place, whether it's your business or your home, just by listening to the stories and seeing what I did in other people's homes, what aha moments we had, and hopefully you can apply it to your space and upgrade and optimize your life a little bit without having to hire me. Although I can come if you need to. Okay, so the title of this story is If You Don't Know What to Do, Copy Somebody Else, right? So why reinvent the wheel? If somebody is doing it successfully, take a peek around, see what their spaces look like, and try copying as best as you can. I had a client in Los Angeles who subleased office space in a big office where everybody was, it was one big company and he just had one little office, but the big company was in the movie industry and they were making lots of movies. And I think he had done some projects with them in the past and he's like, I want to sublease space from you. I want to be around that vibe, and I'm going to try to do some deals myself. Okay. So like the story of I'll call it the wannabe kind of a thing. And so the problem was his office looked like it had a lot of residential feeling furniture. It didn't feel like successful movie producer type office. There was a literal chaise lounge, casting couch. I don't know. I was just like, what? And I'm like going, above the casting couch was a boudoir picture, kind of like a Rubenesque woman on a chaise naked. I was like, oh my God. So really sending off a not so great vibe. This is like pre-Me Too movement, just FYI. He was known for he was the guy that didn't wear shoes in the office. I don't know what that was all about, but everybody else wore shoes, he didn't. His back was to a window behind him, so he had a poor desk position. If you haven't already, because maybe this is the first video you stumbled across of mine, go to moveitwithkaren.com, type in your email address. I'll send you a little webinar about where to put your desk and your bed and all those important pieces of furniture to get them working for you. A window behind you is not that position. So you don't want a vulnerable position where somebody can sneak up behind you or look in the window behind you, etc. No matter how high it is on what floor it is. Okay, so and he had like I said, his pictures were kind of residential, boudoir-ish even. So I said, let's just take a look around. So we walked out in kind of like the bullpen open area of this office space. And we peeked into other successful movie-making people's offices. And I'm like, look at this guy's office. Look at this gal's office. Look at these people's office who are actually doing the deal, A to Z. You're like starting but not completing the deal, kind of like never getting the signature. And so I said, here's my best advice for you ever. Copy what they're doing. Let's get rid of this art, put the movie posters like they have in their office. It totally vibes I'm in the movie industry and all these other people's offices. His office, I was like, I don't know what you do, but I'm kind of afraid to be here. That's kind of, from a symbols point of view, from the furniture point of view. So my tip for you is to if you want to be known as the CEO or the very successful person in that industry, perhaps look up who is successful in that industry. Maybe Google and see if they have some magazine articles or whatever of them sitting in their office or whatever, and try to replicate that or look at that as your starting point, as an inspiration board piece to create the space around you. Maybe there's some nuances that are just for you, but it sure as heck beats just rambly residential furniture when you're trying to make a kick butt business going, and it's looking around and you're like, yeah, that's the homemade company. I don't know if I want to drop a big check on that homemade desk or dining room table or card table or whatever whatever you've got going, or you say, well, I'm a consultant. I go out, nobody sees my home office. Who cares if it's my kid who left for college's little child desk? Like I've seen that before. I saw this giant man sitting at this little girl's desk. He's like, it doesn't matter. Nobody sees me. I'm like, the energy world sees you. We need to set you up to look like you are that very successful CEO. Okay? So copy, if nothing else. Maybe, get some pictures of those successful people's offices as your vision board, but also maybe as symbols. Maybe you can hide them around and just visualize like that is my future office. Okay, so do like a vision board of those dream offices for you if you can't make any changes for finances or space or whatever in the moment. Hope that is helpful. Feel free to write your lists down below, your comments, and if you need to show me your office space, feel free to join my Move Your Stuff with Karen program. We'll put that link below, or else just go to my website, KarenRaucarter.com, and you can find it easily on there. All right, well, hope that's been helpful, and I wish you much success in your business endeavors, and don't have the boudoir stuff in your office. All right, take care. Bye-bye.